Hey folks, Adam here,
And I'm Amy.
and we're here at Desire Resort in Riviera Maya.
Yes.
We've been to Pearl, we've been to Temptation, we've been a lot of different places in this area. So we're going to give you a video that gives us our 5 favorite things about this resort, the things that we think maybe need a little improvement, the changes. They've just redone the entire resort, new pool, new jacuzzi, new restaurants. We're going to talk about those and show some of those with some
I
overlays.
feel like if you're clicking on this, that's probably what you want to know. You want to know all about the new Eden, and we're going to tell you all about that, as well as the new restaurants.
If you haven't been here before, we're going to tell you about the travel and how to get here, some of the tips. Even if you have, maybe there's some things that we know that you don't, or you know that we don't, so leave those as a comment. Of course, like and subscribe. And last but not least, we're going to talk about
What to pack.
what to pack.
I think that's
her
something
area.
that I hear over and over again. What to pack? What do I pack? What do I pack? What is on your packing list? So we are going to go over that as well.
All right. So, kicking it off with our things that we like most about this resort, I'm going to start off with the all-inclusive aspect.
Yeah.
We're talking all the drinks, like all of your standard drinks at the swim-up bars, at the pool bars. There's like 8 to 10 bars,
Yeah.
and they're all included. So that just makes it easy to enjoy yourself and not have to worry like, I don't know if I want to order that because I don't know if I'll finish it.
Your drinks, your sodas, your coffee. They have a really great coffee bar and espresso, and all of that is included, including the drinks in your room. Your room is going to come stocked with a little mini bar full of Mexican beers, Diet Cokes, Sprites, and water.
Okay. So that's a really nice aspect. Now, you had just did some research and found out how their bartenders make the menu, right? Where do they get their menu from?
It's the International Bartender Association, so they're all very standardized drinks. They're made to a certain specification, and so that way, if there's a drink that you really, really like here, you can find those recipes all on the internet and be able to recreate that for yourself at home. For example, if you love their Mexican candy shot, they're going to be using that standardized version of the recipe, so that way you can make that for yourself at home.
And when we're talking about all-inclusive, there's multiple restaurants, and you
Yes.
may want to list off those, but there's a buffet that's going for lunch and for dinner every day. So you can just go to the buffet, grab some chicken wings.
Yeah, breakfast, lunch, and dinner will all have a buffet option.
There's oftentimes almost like little pop-up restaurants. Like right now they have like a grill with burgers. Some days of the week it's
Yes,
going to be
tacos.
tacos. So they've got the pop-up. And then they've got their main restaurants. They've got a couple new ones. One of them's Greek, which you love.
Yes, so we'll talk about the new restaurants when we get to the changes, but just for anyone that doesn't know, the restaurants here, there is a Japanese restaurant. It's like teppanyaki. It's called Suki. It's great. There's also a place called Salo that's super romantic. It's like a nice, slow service with gourmet food and is really, really a special experience. Wonderful to share with your partner. And then there are 2 new restaurants in addition to the buffet. There is the Eros restaurant, which is a Greek restaurant, and we had it last night. It was absolutely insane. It was one of my favorites ever. And the brand new Mexican concept called Calo is opening tonight. And we are
First
so
time.
excited. We are going to get to try it out for the first night. So we're
Yeah.
really, really excited.
We'll try to get some footage of that as well. Folks, remember to subscribe and like. We do appreciate everyone who watches our video, and we will try to bring you interesting content throughout the month.
Absolutely.
So we covered the all-inclusive aspect. Is there anything else that we need to cover there?
Yeah, so I think basically I would just say your entertainment as well. You don't have to leave the resort if you don't want to. It's great if you do. This is a beautiful area. There's so much to do in Cancun, in Riviera Maya, and Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. Like, absolutely so many things to do. But if you go to an all-inclusive, you probably want to take advantage of the all-inclusive, and this is a place that has entertainment all day long. You will get a schedule every day. There's a board that will kind of tell you, okay, you can do yoga at this time, you can play beach volleyball, you can
Pool volleyball.
Play pool volleyball, or have special games, trivia. Literally, there's something for absolutely everyone. And they have really fun playmakers, which if you're not, it's a little bit of a different concept, but they are basically
Really attractive people.
models that are super fun people that their job is to get the party started and make sure that everyone here at the resort is having a wonderful time, and they do the best job of that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to estimate there's 7 of them
Yeah.
at any given time. They'll sit down and have breakfast with you, or they'll sit down and kind of joke with you at the pool. They might come by with like some some like chocolate sauce and put it on your spouse's like arm and be like, you should lick that off. You know, it's romantic and fun.
Very fun.
Energetic. They're playing volleyball with you. They're encouraging you to play. The women seem to really like those guys.
They do.
The guys, because there's guys and girls, but boy, the women just love the guys.
And they have such a great time. Some of the playmakers are also people that do the nightly entertainment, and that's something that is incredible. I don't know how they are putting on these level shows. I mean, these are like Olympic athlete, everything that you would get on a high-end cruise line, but kind of for your boutique resort. So they do a really fantastic job putting on a really cool show every night. So this is the sort of thing that you don't have to leave the resort if you don't want to. Your entertainment, your fun, and really your kind of plan and schedule for the day is all taken care of by the resort. So if you want to just book a vacation and not have to worry about what are we doing, where are we eating, what are we going to do throughout the day, this is a great place to do that.
They'll tell you, hey, make sure you come out to the pool party, or one of the entertainers will come around and be like, hey, we're about to play beach volleyball and we're playing pool volleyball. Are you interested in either of those? They've got some basketball games. They have dance lessons, yoga. They'll have, you know, lessons where they teach the girls how to dance really romantically, we'll say. It's a lot of fun. They do a great job. Did we have anything else on that, or is this a good time to transition to how wonderful the staff is overall?
Yeah, so I think that's a great transition.
Okay. So the thing that I love here is the staff, you get to know them. Some of these guys have been here for 15, 20 years. Super Mario handing you your stuff. You've got Gustavo at the swing bar. It's got a fun little swing on it. And these guys will recognize you. Yeah. They'll call you like, oh, hey, Adam, hey, Amy.
Yeah, time after time, they know who you are.
They know your drinks.
They know your drinks, your preferences, like what you want, what you need. They anticipate it before you even have a chance to ask. I've never had this level of service, I think, anywhere in the world. This is something that sets this place apart, and I think why people come back time after time, year after year, several times a year, because they make you feel like family.
You'll hear that over and over again.
And it's because it's true. Yeah. Everyone from the person making your omelet in the morning to the people cleaning your room to, you know, the guy at the coffee bar. Like, you feel like such a member of the family and so appreciated. And I don't know how they do it. They keep track of you, and they will learn your name, your drink order, your room number. Like, it's impressive, but it's almost a little freaky how well they get to know you.
I think they got a little database.
Like,
I think they got a little database. This is Amy, she likes champagne. This is Adam, he likes a Diet Coke or whatever. They know when you come in. And I got to give a shout out to a few of the particular workers. Like, we got here and we were checked in by a girl named Litsy. And Litsy was wonderful. Yeah. She was super friendly. She checked us in. But then we saw her, she checked us into the restaurant like 6 hours later that night. So we asked her, and she said she's cross-training. Yeah. So she does reservations, she does, you know, checks people in. She's also doing the restaurants. And then the next day we saw her at another restaurant. And, you know, she remembers our room number, she knows what we like, she has our table ready for us. So that's really great. There's Gustavo at the swing bar.
I think we've probably known for years now, he is just incredible and super funny, amazing. Shout out to his daughter. Her birthday's tomorrow, so happy birthday to her.
I have to tell you that, like, the other night we went to the romantic restaurant, and I was getting a little antsy, so I moved over to the buffet. I was like, you know what, I don't want to sit this long and wait for my food. They followed me to the next restaurant. We're like, did you not like the food? Is there anything we can do? Like, and they were so apologetic. It was just me moving. You know, it was me. It was on me. I just got antsy and wanted to go eat somewhere else. But they followed me to the restaurant. They brought me the food that I ordered from the other restaurant to the new restaurant. They're very apologetic. They made me reservations, and they've been so nice because they felt like I didn't have a good time, and that matters to them. And even though I can't blame them for the fact that I moved, that was on me, I have to give them credit for checking on me.
Yeah. And
they were just wonderful. They brought like senior managers, like the ultimate boss waiter came, and they were just so sweet and so nice. Yeah. They've known me, and I saw the guy who was there at 11 o'clock at night. I saw him there the next morning at 7 a.m. at the buffet.
Everyone here is fantastic, and I guarantee you, you're not going to get service like this anywhere else in the world, and that's one of the things that makes it feel just a notch above any other experience I've had.
As a smaller resort, I don't think this is one of the bigger resorts in Cancun.
Right.
You get much more personalized service.
Yeah.
And I like that. It gives you a closer feeling, which...
Speaking of personalized service, and it being a smaller resort, that kind of brings us to our next thing that we really, really love about Desire RM, and that's just the general ambiance of a super, super friendly environment.
Yeah.
Every person here is nice.
That extends to the hotel guests.
Yeah, the staff has such a friendly demeanor. I think that the hotel guests emulate that as well. And everyone just like says hello when you pass by. They want to talk. They want to like, hey, let's have dinner together.
Yeah.
And you don't get that at a lot of other places. And sometimes that can, you can meet really fun, interesting people, and that can kind of just spice up your vacation.
Yeah. We had a couple come here from Texas. And they were so sweet to us. They came and sat next to us. And the fun thing is that guy, he probably was really well-to-do in life. Not to give his personal information away, but he's done really well in life. But they just made us feel at home. They came and sat next to us at the bar late at night, chatted with us, made us feel welcome. And I think every time we've been here, you'll sit down at a bar, you'll sit down in the pool, you'll be wherever, you'll be at a restaurant, and someone will come over and just kind of start up a conversation with you, and they genuinely want to get to know you. Unlike like a big city, you go to a fancy restaurant or a nice club downtown, you're not going to just
it's a little
mingle
more
with other couples.
Yeah, and here's great. I would say that in general, probably at any one time, 60% of the guests, 60% of the guests are from the United States, but there'll also be a large portion of people from Europe, from Canada, from Asia, and definitely from here in Latin America and Mexico, locals as well. So there's a good mix of people from around the world that you get to meet and mingle with and network with, and it's wonderful.
They've got a no cell phone, like no recording policy at the pools and throughout the resort. That's why we kind of have to be in our room doing this.
Yeah.
But I think that opens it up to where more people can interact because you're not buried into your phone as much.
Yeah.
And that's nice, you know. You'll still see somebody taking a call or something, but it's not like most resorts. You go on a Carnival cruise and everyone's buried in their phone and recording every last moment. You don't get that here, and I welcome that.
Yes.
I really do.
So, next point that we love, and this is one that we get asked about a lot, I think, especially sometimes, oh, you're going to Mexico again? Like, oh, you're going to Cancun? Like, I heard such and such thing about something in Cancun or something happening.
Not
I will
safe.
tell you, we've done a lot of travel, both in the United States and internationally, and this particular resort is one of the places where I feel the most safe in the entire world.
Yeah.
Not only because they have top-notch security for everything. They will be watching the ocean at night to make sure that,
Nobody's going to come and steal
coming
something.
into the grounds. No one's coming in here. I trust the room service people and the maids here, like, with my life. I've never once, like, put anything up, or and maybe I should be a little bit, but I feel like no way is that going to happen. We leave, our phones or our wallets or our keys by the pool for hours at a time. Your sunglasses wherever, and I don't know where else you can have that vibe. And I think that's not to say, there'll be a comment or there'll be something, not to say that nothing bad has ever happened, but I think the chances of something bad happening to me here versus
lower than in the United States.
At my house. I feel
it's better
safer.
than walking to Lowe's.
This is an incredibly safe place. So, you just feel really, really safe, and you can let your guard down, and that's wonderful that they create that environment here.
The other things that we love, you love some of the decoration, like at the new Greek restaurant.
Yeah, so I have that like later to talk about when we talk about the changes, the decor and vibe. So if you have been to Riviera Maya before, you'll know what I'm talking about. Not that it wasn't beautiful, but it was a little bit more Miami. And now it's
Miami Vice.
Now, it's a little more Miami, and now it's a little more like Spanish Riviera, like Spanish coastal. It's a beautiful update, and it's absolutely fantastic. But that would say in general, I think our fifth thing that we really love about this place is the location in general. The climate is wonderful. The grounds are gorgeous. Whatever they're doing with the plants and the trees and the groundskeepers that are coming by, and we've seen them actually like clipping with scissors to make sure everything is like so immaculate and gorgeous. They have orchids wrapped around the palm trees. It really is a veritable Garden of Eden. And it's a wonderful place, and the location in general, if you do want to do things off campus and kind of go to Tulum or Chichen Itza or any of the cenotes, it's like a It's just a great location. It's wonderful.
So is it time to move on to the more controversial areas of improvement?
Yes, this is what's going to get us flamed potentially
lot of
because and we welcome them, but one thing about this resort, and rightfully so, it has a little bit of a cult following.
It does. It has a huge cult following.
And
People
so-
love it. You don't say anything bad about this resort
Yeah.
to the people who have paid and become members.
Right.
They love it.
They love it.
Can I start off with one that's
Yes.
probably not on your list?
Go for it.
The taxi situation.
Mm.
I've been to other nice resorts, and I like that a lot of times when they call you a taxi,
It's more
They-
like concierge.
they have already negotiated the price and make sure like if you say, hey, can you get me a taxi? They'll be like, okay, your taxi is here. You're going to town. You're going to Riviera Maya. What's the name of the town?
Puerto Morales.
Puerto Morales. The fee will be $12.
Right.
Whereas here, they call a taxi for you, and then you're negotiating going back and forth. Sometimes you're getting ripped off. I'm ignorant. I'm usually getting ripped off. So if I was to say an area they can improve, adding that one little touch where they go ahead and, because they know what the price is to go to,
Right.
explore,
Yeah.
and they know where it is, how much it is
Kinda
to go
already
to
have that
Coco
handled for
Bongos
you.
or whatever.
Yeah,
If they're
handled
like,
for
hey,
you.
here's the price, we have a cab, it's $18 to go to Coco Bongos. I would like that more. Just take the stress out of me. I don't want to have to negotiate that.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. So next, and this is always a big controversial thing, the towel situation.
The towel
And I don't
situation.
know, maybe you guys. So I've heard that this is actually kind of a controversial situation at other resorts too. So it's not exclusive to the original group, sort of the Temptation or Desire resorts. 'Cause I've heard it's other places as well. It's a little bit of a weird game to try to get a pool towel.
May I explain first?
Yes.
First off, you've got several tiers of towels.
Yes.
So purple towels means you're a Premier member. Wonderful. And oftentimes, if you're a Premier member, maybe you have a
Butler.
A butler.
Yeah.
And the butler will reserve a spot for you at the pool. And I think that's fine. That's a Premier member. They
Right.
went and they paid the membership. They've got the the annual fee. Great. Then there's regular folks who get a gray towel.
Yeah.
And if you have a gray towel, you're supposed to show up at like 7, 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
You talk to the towel attendant. There's usually a line of like several people. You wait in line. You get your towel. You tip him. Depending on how much you tip him is where your location is.
Yeah, like how good of a seat you get.
Which can be frustrating if you just want to sit for an hour and you have to go find someone, tip them, takes you 15 minutes, you sit down, and because you're not a Premier member, whatever, you don't have the best seat.
Right.
But for all intents and purposes, an area that sometimes gets wonky is you may have reserved your towel at 7:30, then someone winds up sitting in your spot anyway, then 95% of the spots wind up being empty all day anyway. It's less than ideal.
Yeah. I don't know what the answer and the solution is. Some people bring these chip clips to mark their
yours.
towels and say, I got here super
Tip the guy
early.
$100 and you get a good spot for a week.
But it's not an ideal situation, I think, and I'm hoping that maybe that can be rectified a little bit because now I think that there is the larger pool, and we'll talk about that when we get to all of the changes. It seems like there are enough
There's enough seats now.
chairs and cabanas that hopefully it's not as cutthroat trying to
Get a spot.
set your alarm for 6:30 in the morning and go out and get the chair that you want.
We're not here at full capacity.
Yeah.
But it seems like there's enough between the two pools now. There's enough seats. Before there was enough seats, so that's remedied. I think a lot of places will have an app, or you schedule your spot at the beginning of the week,
Right.
and then you always go to that same spot, and that would be
Yeah.
convenient as well.
So speaking of an app, what I wish Desire had was some sort of better situation for reserving your dinner reservations.
Right.
Again, if you are a Premier member and you've got your butler, they can kind of take care of those things
Wonderful.
for you. But if it's your first time or you're just somebody like us that
Comes and goes.
just come and go. Getting those reservations are a little bit more tricky and it's a little bit more inconvenient. Generally, you have to go down to a certain restaurant at 12 p.m. and you kind of have to
Wait
wait
in
in
line.
line and be there right at a certain time, which is difficult if you do want to go off-site for the day. You know,
You don't want to be here at noon.
yeah, you want to go to Isla
Mujeres.
Mujeres, and you can't be there at 12, and then you don't get a dinner reservation, or dragonfly can be less than ideal, and that would be one of my gripes if I had one about this place. What I would like to see them improve in the future is a better system for making dinner reservations.
Virgin Cruise Lines, on the day you get there, you book all your dinners.
Yeah, you have your app that updates.
You have an app.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about it again.
Yeah.
And I'm all for time-saving convenience. Not that they need an app. Not everyone needs an app.
Right.
But when you check in, when Litsy checks you
We're
in,
like, hey, do you want to eat here, here,
where do you
here?
want to eat and when?
Check. Yeah.
This is available? Okay, take it. And that way you can, at least maybe a week in advance. Like some people are here for 2 months, so they may not want to book all of that. But to be able to book a week in advance and then know, okay, on Wednesday we're having Mexican, and you don't have to wait at the pool at noon,
That is frustrating.
or
yeah.
wait at a restaurant at noon to get your reservation would be nice.
Overall, pretty minor concern, but
Yeah,
I would
nothing
like
big.
to see that updated. So I think our third and final gripe, which will bring us into finally talking about the changes here, is that currently the flow, it's a little off.
It is off.
It's a little off.
It may be because they're still doing changes in construction.
It definitely is. Because if you could imagine, you kind of have to my left down here is where the old pool is, and the old breakfast restaurant and buffet and lunch restaurant is. And then kind of in the middle, you have the old lobby that is now defunct.
Now it's empty.
Empty. And the lobby bar, former lobby bar, that has turned into a coffee bar, but also serves pizza at night, but not drinks, because you have to go to the new lobby bar for your drink. And the disco, the
Which is
old
upstairs,
disco,
and
that's upstairs from the old lobby,
jacuzzi on the third floor.
is still working. But the new
Long story
lobby,
short, it's a long distance between I want to get a drink and I have to walk 200 yards to go get a pizza.
and if I'm watching the nightly entertainment, and then I want to go up to the disco, I have to go up here, and if I want to go to a good drink down here, and then if I want to get pizza, I have to go here. It's a bit much.
And for people who haven't been here in a while, if you haven't been here in 6 months, the expansion was out the side that way. So the
Yeah.
resort is much larger than it was. So if you're to go to the main bar and then you go to the quiet pool, that is a 7-minute walk now.
Right, yeah.
So, or maybe
So-
4-minute walk.
So I think it's a little bit different, and I would say as much as we bragged on the service before,
Wonderful.
and it's still incredible, I would say that your service isn't quite as fast and maybe isn't quite to the standards that we've all been spoiled with and used to.
It's a bigger resort. People have to walk back and forth.
Have to walk further, and they're learning a new flow, and they're learning new processes as well. I have the utmost confidence that that will all sort itself out in the future. However, right now in this stage of growing pains, it is a little weird. It is a little awkward. There's some people that are still down at the old beach cabanas during the day, and then other people at the pool. And like you said, instead of those being right across from each other, they're a 7-10 minute walk away. So it's a little bit disjointed.
Well, if I was to guess, the old entranceway, if you've been here before, there's an old entrance
Yeah.
that where you had kind of a dance party at night. There's a party every night around 9:30.
Right.
That whole area is pretty much abandoned now. Nothing is going on there.
Right.
I've heard they're going to tear the whole thing down and put more rooms.
Yeah.
When they do that, they'll probably add a bar. They'll probably add some stuff. So when they're done with it, I think the workflow
It'll be great.
it's going to be great.
It'll be perfect,
So
right?
it's still in transition.
But just so you know, if you come during these, you know, if you've been here before and you're wondering what can I expect, or maybe it's your first time coming, just to have those expectations and know that it's a little bit of a transition period. Not at all to say that it's a bad time to visit. I think it's a wonderful time to visit, but to set your expectations for knowing, like, oh, okay, we're in transition mode.
Okay. So does that bring us to the new changes? That's what everyone wants to hear about.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
New changes.
So they've got a couple new restaurants.
Yes.
The Mexican one we're going to tonight, so we can't talk about it. You loved the Greek restaurant yesterday.
Yes. So again, 2 brand new restaurants, which are really exciting to kind of round out this entire concept. We're going to have a Greek restaurant and Kalo, which is going to be a Mexican restaurant. Eros last night, the Greek restaurant, was one of my, oh my goodness, my favorite. It was so good. I wish that again, it's hard to take pictures and videos here. I wish we had taken a little bit more because the food was gorgeous. It's elevated. You had a salad with like red wine vinegar foam. Like, it just
The
the
foam of
presentation.
vinegar on it, yeah.
The presentation is gorgeous. All of the food there was mind blowing, like beyond expectation. It was really, really good, and I've got similar hopes for Apollo. I'm so excited, and
That's great.
we'll try to put some overlays of maybe our food tonight if we're able to snap a couple of pictures for you guys.
So there's the Mexican is new, the Greek is new. There's a brand new pool that's
Yes.
much larger than the previous pool.
Yes.
A lot more seating. Swim up bar.
Swim up bar, gorgeous, gorgeous ocean views. I think probably a better ocean view and just kind of that infinity feel when you look out over the pool. Like, it almost connects with the ocean behind it in a way that the old pool didn't really do.
It's about 150 yards to my right, just for people who might know. If the old pool is here, it's that way.
Yeah.
And it's not far from the new entranceway, which
Yeah.
has above it the new jacuzzi, which we'll talk about here in a second, as well as right as you come in, there's a beautiful bar with a gorgeous mural.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
It's really fun when you get here. You're going to maybe be a little bit surprised, if you're a repeat customer, because it's a totally new lobby, totally new location. It's beautiful. I think that there is a new store that is already open. Calo, which is in the upstairs above the lobby, that opens tonight. And hopefully, really, really soon, the brand new disco will open as well, which is also above the new lobby.
And overlooking the pool are the new, they're not called condos, what do they call it, with the swim up?
Eden.
Eden? Okay, so it's a new area. They're bigger rooms. They've got a swim up pool on the side, 3 stories where kind of your premier VIP member
Yeah.
experience occurs.
I would say it's similar to the mansion at Pearl.
Yeah. I've heard some people say that it's about $4,000 a night for non-members and $1,700 a night for members. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I've been told on this trip.
Yeah.
And it depends on what time of year you go
Right.
and everything and the demand.
Like I said, the new decor, it's gonna blow your mind. It's absolutely beautiful. Everything is sort of a Spanish coastal vibe. The marble is insane. Like, that bar top and everything in the lobby bar is completely gorgeous. The new area for the shows and the nightly entertainment is just a lot larger, nicer. It makes more sense. It definitely is great.
I'll also say the area by the old pool is much quieter because the DJ is so far down there that what used to be a loud area is now the quiet area.
So if you want to do the quiet pool thing and just have a really nice, relaxing day, of course you can go to the old pool and have that kind of quiet pool experience.
And there's a lot more availability for the cabanas.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the jacuzzi, speaking of cabanas, because there's a
Yes.
new jacuzzi which has more new and updated cabanas. The old cabanas were 4x4s, beds with the sheets over them and everything, and now they've got kind of new aluminum, like they look nicer, they're newer.
Right. Yeah. Much
There's a
more
lot
comfortable.
more cabanas. They're a little bit set back from the jacuzzi instead of right on top of it.
The hot tub is larger,
Yeah.
which we've all, had debates on. I think, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Is it a good thing or bad thing?
I wish it was a little narrower
Okay.
to facilitate more conversation. You see on Bar Rescue where they call it the butt funnel, where if you have to pass somebody and walk by them, you say hello.
Right.
Where if this is a large swimming pool size spa jacuzzi,
Right.
and everybody winds up around the edges, and you can go talk to somebody,
But
you're not passing them, you're not interacting with them. So I kind of wish it was a little narrower. But it's wonderful and it's nice and it's gorgeous and
It is. And again, it was designed specifically to have these gorgeous, like, infinity style views where you're looking out over your hot tub and it just connects seamlessly with the ocean behind you. And it's a beautiful, beautiful view. As far as, I think some people said before we got here that the hot tub was not hot yet. And that was our experience the first day. It was like, oh, this is just like a pool.
just as pool water.
But
It's
it was
warmed
hot
up last
yesterday.
night.
It's warmed up yesterday, and I'm absolutely confident that that's something that they've
Fixed.
figured out, and it's going to be a hot tub. No problem there.
And remember, folks, if there's something you disagree with, you want to chime in, you've been here and you want to give 2 cents on, go ahead and give us the timestamp. Be like at 3:27 or 30:27.
Yeah.
I disagree with this, or you know
Right,
what, you
yeah.
didn't mention this, because
Yeah.
and then read through those comments, because I'm sure there's some great insight by people who have been here more times and longer than we have. We've been here 5 or 6 times, maybe 10
Yeah.
max. I had one lady yesterday who didn't like that the jacuzzi had a very hard tile.
Okay.
So she
yeah.
brought her pool towel and sat on that as to not leave marks on her backside.
Yes.
So, I mean, everyone has their own little
Yes.
personal opinion of everything. Like, you know what I wish would change is the type of tile they use in the jacuzzi or whatever.
Yeah.
So feel free to leave those comments and those little nuggets of information.
What I will say is, I think that this hot tub is much easier to get to. If you've been here in the past, those stairs were precarious. They were very steep. They were very slippery. There was like hardly any handrails. I felt like every time I've come here, I like counted myself very lucky to not be taken out in a hot tub incident. And now I think it's a lot safer.
There's more frontage, like beachfront frontage of the bar, to where you can swim up and get a drink. Before, both at the lower pool and the jacuzzi, which is literally the old jacuzzi is one floor above us right now. Previously, there was about 10 feet of space, and everyone had to pile in to get their drink, and that can be a little uncomfortable when you're not
Right.
wearing a lot.
Yeah.
So, this new jacuzzi, the entire side of the pool has a bar, and that gives you a lot more space to go ask for your drink and wait at the bar or drink at the bar or talk with your friends. So I think that's an improvement.
The point is, it's beautiful.
No, it's
So
well done.
So you said when you're not wearing much, and that brought me to a lot of people have asked us, what do you pack? Everyone wants to know before they plan their first desired trip. That's just a common thing. You go on the message boards, you see TripAdvisor, what do I pack, what do I pack, what do I pack? So do you have any tips or tricks for that? What do you
I'll
think?
give you guys and then you give girls,
Yes.
right? So for guys, make sure you have a couple pair of pants for dinner. You don't have to wear anything too fancy unless you want to, but you have jeans and closed-toed shoes for that sort of thing.
Yeah, pants, closed-toed shoes,
yeah.
just to reiterate, because some people are like, are
Right.
sandals okay? Or
Yeah.
are nice shorts okay? Or no, just bring
For dinner,
bring pants.
pants and closed-toed shoes.
Yes.
You can wear a collared shirt or like just a nicer t-shirt, but pants and closed-toed shoes for dinner. I will bring a pair of dress slacks and a pair of jeans, recycle those a couple times, if I'm here for 4 or 5 days, and a couple different collared shirts or a
polos or
polo and
something,
a button-down, whatever. So that's super simple.
Yeah.
And then I will bring a couple almost like Mediterranean cover-ups, like almost like robe type of things for walking to the pool and things like that, as well as some swim trunks or whatever. But some kind of cover-up, and that's about it. Like maybe some gym clothes to go to the gym.
Tennis shoes to go to the gym. That's another thing, because they do enforce that.
They do.
Sometimes I've definitely forgot before and not brought my tennis shoes and just brought, flip-flops or sandals or whatever and tried to sneak into the gym real quick. They are pretty strict on that rule, understandably, as most gyms are. Not mad at them for that, but just make sure that you remember to bring your tennis shoes, because they do have a beautiful gym on property, and it's something that you'll probably want to use.
And then she'll go over what she brings, but also you're going to bring pretty much attire, or you can pick it up here. They've got a little store for this. For the evening activities, which they have kind of a dance party that's themed every night, whether it's a discotheque of some sort. They'll have a DJ, they'll have tremendous entertainers that we've hardly even covered, the acrobatic Olympic-style entertainment they have here every night. But you're going to want to, like if it's gods and whatever night, you're going to want to bring some...
Yeah, it makes it So first of all, you don't have to dress up, of course. If you don't want to dress up, you don't have to dress up.
Nobody cares.
Don't make that like, oh, I don't feel comfortable dressing up, so I'm not going to go to this resort. Nope, you don't have to. However, you really should, because it's so much fun and it will make your trip super fun. And I think, just like with any themed party or costume party, Halloween party or whatever, the more people that participate, the more fun it is. So no one wants to be the only one that's dressed up, and you won't be, don't worry, but it's just the more that you are at like that 100% participation, the more fun it is. So I would definitely say, like, bring something, dress up for your theme nights. You will not regret it.
One of the nights, for example, is a glow night. So you get some glow paint, you wear your little bikini, put that on. I can go shirtless if I want to, or I can put on a shirt and like put stuff on it. It's a fun environment, so don't be afraid to, like, you wouldn't
Get
normally wear this
crazy.
at home. You're like, this looks a little embarrassing for at home. But you're not going to see these people again, and most people are going above and beyond for this trip. This is
no one knows
there's no
you,
cameras, so
no
it's
one
not
cares,
gonna.
no one's taking video.
They're not gonna
so-
tease you. You're not. It's not gonna get
Yeah.
home on Facebook, so you can be a little more.
Yeah, let your freak flag fly, I would say. Yeah. So
A little more bodacious than usual.
yeah, so your theme night clothing, your shoes for the gym, some beach casual or like resort casual clothes for your breakfast and lunch. Just something to slip on just so you know aren't going in completely in a bikini for lunch. Pretty standard, like what you would see on a cruise ship, basically. You know, to go to the buffet or something. As far as other things go, I would definitely make sure that you bring sunscreen. The sun in Cancun is super hot. Even for us from Florida, we find that it is even a slightly hotter here. We definitely need to bring our sunscreen. And a lot of times when you have to go to, there's a little store here. But if you go to the store and you need to buy something,
Sunscreen's $30 at that store.
I think it's more. I don't
The
know.
lowest sunscreen you can get. Yeah.
So
Single use.
try to remember to bring your sunscreen. I always personally bring Band-Aids as well because I end up getting blisters and all my cute sandals and high heels and beach shoes and stuff like that. So I always bring Band-Aids for that. Sanitary wipes are great for, I hate the toilet paper here. It's scented. It's not my favorite. Maybe you love scented toilet paper. Maybe it's your thing and you think it's great. I don't.
Yeah,
so
it's cheaper toilet paper.
yeah, it's not the best, so that's a good thing to bring. Your sunglasses, fun pool clothes are great. Obviously, that is completely optional, but this is a great place to, get your fun Shein or Amazon or whatever.
Yeah, you went to
like,
Shein and
little
bought a
things.
whole bunch of cute little bikinis and things and just a bunch of
Like
stuff for
your-
next to nothing.
Your fun see-through things and your fun glow things, and like, why not, right? So bring those things. Those are super fun to have. I've heard some people ask about specific drinks that they might like. It is all inclusive. If you have a specific type of, liquor or wine or whatever that you want to bring, of course you can do that. You can buy that at the airport, or you can buy that with your driver on the way here. We've never done that because we are completely satisfied with the options here. But I have heard some people say, if you're I drink sugar-free Red Bull every morning, and they don't really have that here except at the store, and it's, again, wildly expensive. Maybe pop off on your way here and just buy a case of it if that's your thing.
Yeah.
Get your Diet Mountain Dew, get your electrolyte, your whatever on the way here. That's a smart thing to do. And as far as hairdryer, shampoo, that kind of things, you do have your basic amenities in the room. It comes with a hairdryer. They have pretty good body wash, shampoo, conditioner, soap, all that kind of stuff. I suggest, for ladies, if you can swing it and you can pack your own, I would suggest packing my own shampoo and conditioner. These ones are more unisex and maybe not the greatest for long hair. And the same thing with your hair dryer. If you have enough room to, pack your nice hair dryer, this one is okay, but it might sort of fry your hair and also take twice as long to dry somehow. So pack your own.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how do we get here? I think
Okay.
that's our final.
So you're gonna arrange your own, air travel. That's different for everyone. Your first day is gonna be a long day, most likely. Even coming in from Florida, which is fairly close, it's 7 hours worth of travel with a layover. You have to go through customs. But that's fine. We made a separate video that kind of shows that exact day in process. But there's a couple tips that we'd like to give you for the airport here in Cancun. One of them is when you leave, there's kind of, what is it called?
There's a Cancun Airport Lounge.
A lounge.
And it's great. It's very similar to, if you're at the Swiss Lounge or Delta Lounge or whatever it might be. But this is not airline specific. Anyone can go to it on your departing flights. I believe currently it's about $40 a person, and you
So
have
if you have
access.
if you're there for a while,
Yeah.
it's good. You can get a drink, you can get some food. It's all included. You can sit in a comfortable seat and charge your phone.
Yeah.
It's a decent option as an
Yeah.
investment.
Charge your phone, charge your laptops. You have open bar, a buffet, and I believe that there are also even some areas where you can take a shower and have access to a nap pod.
That's
so
fun.
really cool stuff.
Yeah.
as far as how to get to your resort.
Yeah.
We are big fans of USA Transfers.
USA Transfers and Adventure.
Adventure.
So this particular resort has 2 travel agencies that they recommend that come and pick you up. You can pick, there's 2 options. You can pick up in a standard van or in a little bit nicer. It's like an extra $40 and they'll pick you up in an SUV. Either one are fine. Driver's nice. They'll usually have water for you. You walk out of the airport. You have to look for your company.
They'll have your name on the sign.
Or list. And you'll be like, hey, Adventures or USA Transfers. I'm Andrew. I'm Adam. I'd like to go to, you've got my information. Now, that costs, I think, $95 round trip if you book it in advance through the hotel. You can also, if you get off your plane, you can take a taxi. And it's about $90 each way if you take a taxi that you book at the airport. They kind of charge you a bit more.
Right.
So,
and we'll get to this in a moment. Uber does work in some places in Mexico, but it will not work from the airport. That's not, you don't want to rely on Uber there. You're either going to have to kind of pony up for the taxi or book your transport in advance. I personally think it's worth to book in advance.
Now there are a lot of hotels that have a free airport shuttle, and a lot of my friends will do this, and we want to do this soon.
Yeah.
Is your first day is such a long travel day. Why waste it at the super nice resort? Go stay at the Holiday Inn. Go stay at a different, more economical resort. Get the free transfer to their hotel. Spend your first day there, and then get here at 9 a.m. the next morning and have the whole day.
Yeah,
as opposed to if you're flying
refreshed.
from California or something, you're getting here at 11 p.m. You don't want to pay premier prices to stay here for an hour and fall asleep.
Right. That is a really smart thing to do, and definitely you can still pick your transport. If you do USA Transfers or Aventura from your first hotel to this resort, and they're really great. They've been wonderful to us. One time, I lost a bag somehow, and they went and picked it up and made sure that I had it by the time our flight left. So sometimes just paying for that kind of premier service is definitely worth it because you know that you have somebody that just has your back and is going to make sure that you're there on time and you catch your flight and you get all your stuff.
Okay. So is it time to just one-offs and cover anything else we have? And remind people, if you've been watching this far, please subscribe, please click like. And those comments are just fun for me. I like when the comments come in, and then at this point in the channel, I'm still reading pretty much every one of them. So even if I don't reply, maybe you don't have something that needs a reply, I'm reading everything that you're writing, so I appreciate that.
And this is definitely...
it's a passion project. It's not like, we just like doing it. We like to document what we do.
And this is a place that we love, and we know that there are so many people out there that love this place as well, so we would love to connect
Share
with
our
you, talk to
experience.
you, share your experience, let us know, do you agree, do you disagree? We'd love to hear from you.
Okay.
Oh my.
I don't know if that's going to pick up on the microphones.
I hope not. Yeah, I hope we don't get...
Music came on, the DJ, ready to rumble. They're doing a 2-for-1.
We gotta go.
So the other thing that Amy really likes and I like is, and I think everybody likes, is they do have kind of late night pizza, BLTs, and tacos at the center stage. They don't have alcohol there anymore. I shouldn't say that word, but they don't have that there anymore, but they still have all those lunch snacks, midnight snacks available, and that's a wonderful thing at 3 in the morning or 2 in the morning when you're about to go to bed and you've been dancing all night. It's a nice option.
And so you're probably not supposed to do this. Okay, you're definitely not supposed to do this, but I think something that anyone that's been here a time or two before has probably done before and enjoys a little bit, that there are a ton of raccoons and coatis kind of roaming the grounds at night, and they will happily take your pizza crust off your hands, and it's very adorable. It's really cute.
We had a raccoon come. We were sitting at the bar. We're sitting at a table, actually. We're sitting at a table. We had a pizza on the table. The raccoon came over to her, touched the table a couple times, and she's like, "Hey, buddy." He grabbed the entire plate and the pizza and ran off into the woods.
Yeah.
His whole family had pizza that night.
It was great.
But it was adorable.
They're super cute. And that's just a kind of fun...
I don't think they encourage it, but...
No, you're not supposed to, but it's a fun, whimsical experience that we like about here.
Yeah.
I will add also, because another question that I've heard a lot is about the beach here. I will tell you, in Riviera Maya in general, this is more of a remote jungle location.
Very jungle out here.
This doesn't have the beautiful beaches that maybe the hotel zone in Cancun does, or maybe like where we're from in Tampa Bay has.
Yeah.
So don't expect this place to have a world-class beach. It's beautiful, it's fine, it's okay. There's a ton of sargassum, and depending on what time of year you come, there may or may not be much coastline at all. If it's high tide, you might not even have much beach. So just be prepared for that. You will have access, definitely, to going to gorgeous beaches, to snorkeling, to going out to the second largest coral reef in the world, which is right outside of here. So if you enjoy snorkeling and you enjoy those types of things, you can still do that. But as far as being a gorgeous beach right here, just set your expectations.
Yeah. 2 to 4 miles this way is Puerto Morales. So if you do want to get out, there's a nice little town with beautiful little restaurants, and so you can go that way. Something else about this area, just as an FYI, this is, like she said, a jungle area. So there's a lot of wildlife, but there's nothing within walking distance. Where at Temptation, you can walk across the street, go to a pharmacy, go to a Circle K, you can get things. Here,
take the bus to somewhere.
nothing is within walking distance, and there's no buses that leave from here. So you're kind of enclosed.
Right.
There's also good, bad, or indifferent. There's a sign right out front where the old entrance was now. They just put the new sign, but there's a crocodile area, and we've seen the crocodile a few times, the baby ones and the big ones.
We'll have to try to put up some archival footage of
I'll see if I can find it. I don't know if I'll be able to find it.
Before.
But I did take a lot of footage of that crocodile at one point. So you are in the middle of nowhere. It is a jungle. It's thick. It's busy. You're very safe in here, but there's not much to do outside of the grounds.
Right.
And it's a little remote, and there are real wild animals here.
Yeah.
It's fun.
World's greatest adventures / animals.
So, folks, thank you for joining us. Did we have anything else?
I think we covered it. We'll have to maybe see how these comments do and respond in the future.
And Amy's been a great addition to the channel. You've started to get your face on camera more, and I think people like it. So thank you.
You're welcome. I don't always love it, but it's fun to hang out with you and appreciate you. And
she's more nervous in front of the camera than I am, but you do a great job, and I think you explain things better than I do, so people appreciate it. All right, folks, we love and appreciate you, and goodbye, my friends.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.